What's up, y'all? You're kicking it with the Junkyard Dog on JUNKYARDDOGGINWWwooooo. My name is Tony. For those of you who don't know, for those of you who are new to the show, man, this show is all about taking old parts and recycling them and giving them a new life, all right? Make sure that you like, share, subscribe, and click the little notification bell so you get a notification every time I drop a new video. I'm working on some pretty cool stuff right now, like Project Mayhem and a couple other things with junkyard mods and so on and so forth. Today, I got a few little things I'm trying to wrap up here. For Mayhem, I got some PBR Cobra front brakes, dual piston front calipers. And yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and clean those up. Now, I was gonna paint them, but then I was just like, the theme of the car is supposed to be like raw metal, so I'm just actually gonna go on ahead, strip off all the paint and just polish the hell out of the calipers, you know, get them nice and shiny looking and just spray it with clear coat and just throw them right on there. So, you know, if it's on the road, I never have to worry about it getting anything but dull, you know what I mean? But with paint, I just don't like when, unless you're gonna powder coat, which my budget right now is kind of getting tighter because I'm moving towards the end of the project and I want to spend more money on the computer and tuning than on powder coating some calipers, okay? So that's what it is. Alright, otherwise than that, I'm also going to be working on the fenders and the bumper. So I had a bumper that I was kind of test fitting on there, but it was really crummy. I mean, it's salvageable, but it was really messed up. So what I'm going to do is I got the blue, off my blue vert. I went ahead and took the bumper off because it was really damaged at the bottom. So I said, well, that's a scrap bumper. So I replaced the blue vert bumper with another bumper cover that I had, a fascia actually, that I had that was in perfect condition, and I bolted that on. So you guys are gonna see me cut the fascia and fit the fenders. One of the, actually both of the fenders near the front need to be cut because the wheels are offset forward. So it tends to hit the fender as we're driving. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut it, which is not a big deal, guys. These fenders were pretty damaged. I did a little body work to them. But yeah, that's just what it is, all right? And I'll also be using fender flares anyway, so whatever, all right? So let's get to it, man. Junkyard Dog, and let's make it happen. Let's go. So what I was talking about with you guys earlier was getting the fenders and that bumper to fit. So I got this mismatch Motley Crew parts here. This was from a white convertible that I had in the yard that I got from San Diego. I took a lot of parts off it before I junked it. This was one of them. But the fender on the other side of it was just a little jacked. So I went to U-Pick Parts yesterday and grabbed this one. It had a little funkiness down at the bottom there, but I went ahead and took a hammer and dolly and knocked it out. Alright, and then this was from the convertible. At first glance, it looks great. I've been driving around with it for a while, but then I started noticing as I went down the road, like this weird kind of noise, and then I noticed it was all jacked up down here and broken up. So it had a big old gash right here and everything. So I said, well, I'm gonna use this one. I had another good one, so I used that one instead. So I'm gonna take this one and I'm gonna cut it. All right. I had another bumper that I had cut already, but it was so incredibly damaged. Like it had like deep gouges in it. Like I'd have to pretty much Bondo and sand the whole thing, which who wants to do that when I could just go with this? All right, so let's go ahead and start to cut it. Alright. Boom. There's the bottom half. See it? So it's all jacked up right here. And it was all jacked up in here. It was also jacked up in there too. Yeah, it's seen better days, but I don't know what was going on in here. It was like some super thick Bondo or something. I don't know. Anyway, yeah, it's time for this to go to the scrapper. All right, so let's see how it fits. All right, it's supposed to sit right above, right there. See, that side sits down on it. That's how I had it in my mind in the picture. There's a picture on my Instagram. It's Junkyard Dogs. Junkyard_dogs_. There's a picture of a Mustang that it was drawn by a guy named Yacide Design. He is located in England and in London actually, and he drew like that style of base there. He had a different front, but that's pretty much what he did. Alright, so the wheel is on. It's not going to swing all over the place because finally I attached the tie rod in a way that you know, it'll just quickly not swing all over the place, which is like super irritating. Let's go ahead and see what this looks like over top of it. Interesting. An issue here. Interesting. All right, so let me try something. Turn it out the way. So we are looking at cutting this whole portion off right here. So just cut the front part off here. So what I'm going to do this time is fit. The wheel goes deep off into it right here. So I'm probably going to use a cutoff for this instead of the Sawzall, because I need a little bit more precision, but yeah, it goes way into it. Alright, so there it is. We got the wheels to fit. We had to cut quite a bit of the fender away, but it doesn't look too bad, right? So I had to pretty much cut from like pretty much about here on back. So I just used a tire and kind of drew with the Sharpie. And then same thing I did on this side. I just measured it and copied the same cut on this side. So just like the drawing, I'm gonna be using flares, just like the drawing. So I gotta find somebody to give me some flares to accommodate for this area right here. Okay, so yeah, if you happen to know anybody who does sheet metal work, please let me know, because I don't know anybody who either do sheet metal or make it out of fiberglass. I was thinking about using some of this stuff here to just says big gap filler, and I was just gonna make some fender flares out of these and sand it down like I've seen some other guys doing some other videos. So I was gonna try that and see what happens. Alright, so these are the calipers, the PBR Cobra calipers. So all I did was just sand it down. Used some 220, got all the black paint off of it. It was on there in the first place, which I absolutely did not like. And like I said, I'm going for like the raw metal look with the car. So I thought, why paint the calipers? Just leave them plain. You know, everybody always paints them red or blue or green or some. I just thought maybe I'll just clean them up. I'm gonna call up KBS, see if they'll hook me up with some KBS clear to spray over this. to kind of just keep it a little, just a little machine kind of look to it, you know. So yeah, I just sanded it down with sandpaper and just kind of kept going over it over and over and over until it got to that look. So yeah, that's what I meant when I said I was gonna work on the calipers and get those going. But yeah, this is it. I want to talk about the superchargers and the setup. So initially I was talking about, and I think you guys remember, I was talking about doubling the pulleys, and a lot of people gave me feedback on that not to do that, right? So I'm not gonna do that. All right, so everybody's saying, and I trust the advice of guys who have supercharged cars. A lot of people are saying, you know, run it off the crank, run it off the crank, run it off the crank, right? So not running it secondary from these running the crank and then these running the superchargers. A couple of the reasons why they're saying that is because the first thing from what I heard was, oh, it's going to, you're gonna have an issue with slipping and belt slap, which I kind of found odd. So what I did was I went to the Thunderbird, and where these type of superchargers come from, and they got like a jack shaft. So it's pretty much like the crank turns one shaft and then it turns this other shaft and then turns these. So what I was thinking is somehow mount another pulley on here and then have it go up to about this area here, and I'd have a tensioner in between these, so it would be like come up from here and then route around the idler, around this, under the tensioner, and then over this, and then back down, maybe under another idler, and then go straight back down. I don't know, that's my idea. Let me know what you think in the comments, all right?